welcome everyone to yet another episode of Two Noobs Talking. It's episode 116. And of course, with my two good friends of mine, to the left of me is John Tracy, and to the right of me is Mr. Steve Murray. We're happy to have you with us. Of course, Matt Craig. Gentlemen, Merry Christmas to both of you. Even though we were kind of duking it out in pre-production. I don't know why. Just because Steve had really bad games today doesn't mean he has to take it out all on me.
You were making fun of my middle initial, scumbag. You started it.
Public service announcement. I've known these dudes for so many years at this point. They both deserve it.
Oh, yeah. So I think we're going to have to just sit in the corner. I think probably the two of us will just have to really do that and just think about what we've done.
I'm already in the corner. What about you?
Well, I'm kind of in a corner-ish.
Yeah, he's in a corner too. I'm in a corner.
Yeah, we're all kind of just sitting here kind of going, okay, I guess we're going to be good and behave, whatever. But anyway, gentlemen, it's great to see you both today, and getting close to Christmas. Obviously, this is our final episode of the year. Next week, of course, we're going to have the clip show and whatnot. But before we do that, I mean, we actually have an amazing bit of news here. John's fun fact is actually going to be sponsored by a wonderful company called Dubby Energy Drink. If you go to www.dubby.gg, spelling DUBBY.GG, and use the promo code 2noobstalking, you get 10% off your order. And no, we are not making this up. www.gg, enter promo code 2noobstalking, you get 10% off your order. So, John, fun fact, what do you got for us, man?
Wow. Okay, so this is a little disgusting, but funny. A little gross. So, I just found out 10 seconds ago that lobsters pee out of their face.
Good thing I don't eat lobster. Damn.
Even more gross. This is how they attract mates.
Because
that's exactly what I wanted.
Somebody, since I know it, everybody needs to know it. Okay.
Oh my god.
Down my list of disgusting. But hey, if you're a lobster, do your thing.
I'm
not gonna complain.
The first time we have legitimate sponsorship.
Yep.
And that's what you bring to the program.
That is Good job. It's memorable.
That sounds about right. Yeah. That sounds about right. Oh my gosh. No wonder everyone has the lobster tail. Because I think if you had the lobster face, that would probably be a bit of a problem. So there you go. In any event. But yeah, Steve, I mean, the over 40 rant, I know you were probably yelling at me earlier pre-production, but you don't have anything tonight or...
Well, look, I do have a major announcement.
Ooh.
You guys did not see this coming. It's a shock to you, but it is a major announcement.
Whoa.
That is...
You got trading cards?
I have NFT digital trading cards of me dressed as various superheroes that you can acquire for
awesome.
$99.
That's
awesome.
Right.
So
Superman,
you have Illinois
Batman.
Smith. So you have Illinois Smith in there, right? You probably have Dr. IP in there. You probably got, what else you got? Victor.
That's it.
You know,
That's it.
That's
just
it.
Just as superheroes, though.
Yep.
I can imagine.
Number two is Wonder Woman. It's good.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
There you go.
I can imagine if you have like... Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, this NFT was brought to you by FTX, some company I've never heard of. They should be legit, right? Good stuff.
Well,
to bring us those NFTs.
Yeah, well, maybe, but actually, there was a company called FTX, Steve, and actually
that's my trading card.
What the heck is that, Johnny? Oh my gosh! For our audio listeners, you just missed a great doodle by John.
Yes.
We have no idea what it was, but in any event, guys, moving on to our first topic. We kind of held back on this, really, to be honest with you guys. Just thinking about it, because of all the news, with Two Noobs, we're not really like reactionary. We kind of let things build up a little bit. There you go. How about that, Zinger? But in any event, as Steve composes himself, the FTX collapse. Since it's been a while since we really have chimed in, I guess we ought to chime in now. The FTX collapse explained. Yeah, what really happened? So the collapse of FTX, once the third largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world, has sent shockwaves, dun dun dun, across the industry. Now get this, brainchild of Sam Bankman-Fried, oh my Lord, the company witnessed a meteoric rise, but the fall was even more spectacular. I smell a Wolf of Wall Street 2 coming on. I don't know why, but I have a feeling that's what's going to happen. Run by a group of friends living in a lavish Bahamas penthouse, Bankman-Fried became the darling of crypto stakeholders. And of course, he's the son of Stanford Law professors as well. The young crypto trailblazer. They must be
so proud.
Yeah. Was already worth $22.5 billion at the age of 29 and had more than his fair share of glowing profiles written in the news until everything fell down like a house of cards. Johnny, not much more to say other than this guy is a complete and total fraud. Yeah. What do you say, sir?
We learned that the company was a fraud.
Oh yeah,
there was nothing backing his.
Nothing.
Isn't that what all the guys got arrested for a couple years ago with the Ponzi schemes, where they were using money to give? They gave Steve money, and then they took money from Matt to give to Steve, and then they took money from Steve and gave to John, and then they were like, "We don't have any money at the end."
You mean the pyramid scheme?
Yeah, he just did it.
I mean,
his company went to get bought by another company, and they found out that there was no money. There was no actual money to do this transaction. And from what we've learned with Enron and all those, which is funny because the Enron CEO took over this company, the former Enron CEO.
Yeah.
When you purchase a company, there needs to be money on both sides. There needs to be exchanges of things. So when this digital currency goes to be purchased, they find out that he has nothing. He literally has nothing.
Yeah. It's interesting. In 2019, back when FTX was a rising star in the crypto industry, Binance made an equity investment in the company, or Binance, I should say. Binance made an equity investment in the company and also purchased an undisclosed amount of the FTT coin. But in July, when FTX was raising serious investor capital, Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao announced that the company was divesting its stake in FTX and received $2.1 billion in return. That was paid in the form of BUSD and FTT tokens. They continue to grow despite the crypto industry entering a long winter, bleeding over $1 trillion a year. When it's not backed up by stuff and you start to see that happen, that's not good. All hell broke loose following a CoinDesk report, which revealed that a majority of Alameda Research assets are in the form of FTX, and there was a deep intermingling of resources between the two companies. Concerns were raised that FTX and Alameda were misusing the synergy to manipulate the market and prop up FTT's value. Reports of regulatory scrutiny into the FTX empire soon followed, alongside rumors of insolvency. And then, of course, it happened. And then later, Bankman-Fried got arrested in the Bahamas, which takes a lot to do. To be arrested in that island paradise is pretty good. Life goals, check.
Got to be a great AAA scumbag to get arrested in the Bahamas.
I would say so, yeah. Steve, what are your thoughts on this? Got to be crazy, I think, probably from a legal perspective. Obviously, if you don't have anything backed up, this kind of sucks, but...
Yeah, unregulated currency has no backing in any actual substantial something like gold or silver or whatever. Like,
there's not going to be a problem with that at all.
Yeah, nothing bad will ever happen.
Backed by bronze.
No.
Yeah. No.
It's not even backed by aluminum cans. I mean, for God's sake, this is
the
crypto
aluminum
is scared.
cans would be more worth it than this shit. You know what I mean?
You can get 5 cents a can in Michigan. Damn. The crypto has always scared the shit out of me, just because it always felt made up, and this is not going to make me feel any better about it.
No,
I'm in a networking group, and there's a financial advisor in that group, and his reaction was, don't listen to celebrities when they're pushing you to invest in something. Invest in actual real things.
Yeah.
Don't. And that's you have celebrities. I believe Tom Brady was one of them, was he not?
Oh yeah.
Who had
Yeah.
not only egg on their face for pushing this bullshit, but they've lost a ton of money for investing in it themselves.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's huge. And obviously it was like my also the caveat from your point, Steve, is like, go to a financial advisor that you trust for any sort of financial advice. You don't listen to like celebrities that say, hey, let's dive into this unregulated stock. We could make a ton of money, and then find out that it's worth nothing.
For decisions on your health, see your doctor. For decisions on your financial health, see your finaal advisor.
Thank you.
Not Tom Brady.
No.
At worst, take a webinar. Listen to a celebrity. You know what I mean? Like, just get some information on it. And trust me, Tom Brady does not know what he's talking about in cryptocurrency. You should know that.
This is how bad this company was. They were supposedly worth billions. They were doing their finances using QuickBooks.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, that's okay if you're a startup. If you're a little guy
Small
working out of a garage shop, absolutely.
Yep.
But if you're supposed to be a billion-dollar industry, big player, you should have legitimate, financial people running your books.
But that's why it was such
use an Excel spreadsheet, for God's sake.
But that's why it was so full of garbage, because they couldn't get a professional in there, because the professional would what was he doing the books for? Oh, you're spending billions of dollars, but you don't have billions of dollars to spend. Hey, that's fraud. You should probably be arrested. I can see why they're using QuickBooks.
Let's look at your books. Oh, right.
Okay, so you're over $3 billion. So you're over $3 billion in debt, only to its top 50 creditors. Oh, that's very interesting. I didn't realize that. That's pretty good. Amazing. And anywhere between $1 or a couple $1 billion worth of assets has just vanished without a trace. That's the one thing that really, like, the ins and outs. But I mean, this guy. You're right, John. I mean, at the end of the day, he's a scumbag. He stole. Yeah. And no matter how like wealthy you are, or you go to Stanford and you're the son of two really good Stanford parents or whatever, and it's like, if you're still a fraud, you're a fraud, and no question, this guy is. And I remember like MLB, the umpires had the logo like on the on their chest. It was like it was sponsored this and sponsored that. That was absolutely crazy.
We all saw the money out. The problem is there was no money in.
Yeah. In Bankman-Fried's absence, John J. Ray III,
scumbag,
previously worked for Enron.
Scumbag.
No problems there whatsoever. Has taken over as the new CEO to assist with the bankruptcy proceedings. However,
he would know.
He's working on shredding the books right now.
He would know how
He's making confetti for the New Year's Day parade. That's what he's doing.
He absolutely knows how to handle this situation.
However, multiple news outlets report that pieces of evidence that could trigger criminal investigation against key FTX figures have already been identified and submitted. Interestingly, that's what he was trying to say. Possibilities of system manipulation and even a hack are also being investigated.
No.
Dun dun dun! More to come.
Don't blame a hack. This is run of the mill fraud. Okay,
just so you know,
this was
just so you know, gents.
Fraud. That's all it was.
Yeah,
it was. This has happened over and over again. This is just I got caught fraud.
This, just so you know, Bankman-Fried had an apologetic tone throughout the interview and minced words, passing off most of the blame as, well, oversight, well, bad advice. He didn't say if he would return to the U.S. for prosecution despite lawmakers such as Elizabeth Warren and Sheldon Whitehouse demanding criminal charges against him. That's ironic coming from Elizabeth Warren because, I mean, Bankman-Fried donated to the Democrats, so that's kind of interesting. Just throwing that out there. On being puzzled if he knew about the mixing of funds between Alameda and FTX, Bankman-Fried said he, didn't knowingly commingle funds. In other words,
and Tom Brady didn't deflate footballs. It's the same fucking argument. It's literally that just deny, and hopefully you'll forget about it.
I mean, what's he gonna? He's not going to admit it. He's not going to admit it because then that comes in as evidence in his trial. Yeah.
Exactly.
Deny.
Yep. Fifth Amendment until it actually shit hits the fan. So there you go. All right, gents, here we go with topic number 2, episode 116 of Two Noobs, and some interesting science news. Of course, brought to us by Steve Murray, not sponsored, but anyway, Energy Department announces nuclear fusion milestone, clean energy source that could revolutionize the world. The U.S. Department of Energy announced Tuesday morning that Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory has produced a nuclear fusion reaction that creates a net energy gain. According to the Secretary of Energy, Jennifer Granholm, at a press conference, she said this, quote, "This is one of the most impressive scientific feats of the 21st century. Today, we tell the world that America has achieved a major scientific breakthrough, one that happened because we invested in our research and in our national labs." So the experiment last week was basically using a process called inertial confinement fusion, in which a pellet of hydrogen plasma is bombarded by the world's biggest laser. Researchers at the lab in Livermore, California, were able to produce more energy than they put into the laser, the first time this has ever been achieved. However, it's minuscule. In that regard, I'll read on a little bit further. But Steve, since you brought to our attention, your initial reaction to this is pretty big science news. Yes?
I mean, academically, it's fascinating and it's, impressive, but let's pump the brakes on actually being useful for more than just the fact that it was minuscule. The net energy gain only accounted for how much energy the laser was actually putting out. They did not account for the energy they were pulling off the grid to run the lasers. And it was 192 lasers, I think. Which I think, did you give the numbers?
Yeah. So it basically said they already readily conceded that being able to apply this technology to power sector is a long way off. For one thing, the net energy gain does not include all the electricity that went into the larger project, right. Apart from the specific energy. We got out 3.15 megajoules. We input 2 megajoules in the laser. So that kind of gives you an idea.
They pulled like 300 megajoules to power the
from
laser.
the grid. Yeah, okay. Exactly.
So you're way off.
Laser wasn't designed to be efficient. Yeah. Basically.
I mean, it's a great academic breakthrough, and it's a great step in the right direction. But we are decades away from fusion being a viable energy provider.
Yeah, exactly. Now, what we do with our power plants, and we talked about this in pre-production, right, Jen? So is basically fission is happening here. You're bombarding uranium 230. What is it? 239? I think it is.
No,
or what is it? I'm trying to remember. 235
or 238. I don't remember which one.
Yeah, it is. But you're bombarding it, so that way it basically, the atoms expand and you generate a ton of electricity, a ton of energy at that point. And that's what powers the nuclear power plant. That's how we get our electricity today. This fusion, like I said, is you're basically shooting all these joules, via laser, and you're trying to get an input. Yeah, joules.
All right, just kind of funny when you say you're shooting these jewels, but no, fusion is what goes on. Fusion is what goes on in the sun and the stars. Is really hot, really compressed, and hydrogen atoms join each other and make helium, and in the process, they put out a huge amount of energy. Now, we've already had fusion reactions on this planet. In the form of thermonuclear weapons. But you needed a fission nuclear explosion to get hot enough and the right conditions to fuse the hydrogen. So that you could do it with these lasers and get the result is very impressive.
Yeah, indeed. John, what do you think about all of this too? Like your thoughts on it?
It's an absolute step in the right direction because we weren't talking about this beforehand. I like when science does science. This is good, step in the right direction. Like Steve said, decades later, hopefully we will, be celebrating a remarkable achievement. But I mean, in the article, the spokesperson absolutely said this laser is not efficient at all. We took every ounce of technology to throw it into the lasers to make this happen. So they weren't boastful about, oh, look what we did. We did something amazing. They were like, we did this in a lab. Like this is, but the hope is, years down the line that they can figure this out. And I love that kind of stuff.
You're not going to have 100 lasers in your car to get fusion to drive your vehicle.
But that was the one thing that I took away from the article was they were like, this is not at all efficient. So just don't worry about the efficiency of this. It's just that we did it. We did it.
If Doc Brown, exactly. If Doc Brown could create Mr. Fusion in the DeLorean, I think we've got a chance. But I memean, long way off. Long way off. You're exactly right.
We got to watch out because didn't Doc Ock try this thing?
Yeah,
Wasn't he trying something similar to this? And, Spider-Man had so much work to do afterwards.
Didn't he need to put on those extra arms to hold something while something was going on?
See, we don't want that to happen. Hopefully these wonderful scientists aren't having to grow mechanical arms to deal with some things. They can just...
They have to grow hundreds of lasers out of their back to shoot the hydrogen at with their jewels.
I think we're getting way too far down the road here. But anyway,
sorry.
No, it's okay. In anticipation of Tuesday's announcement, climate experts expressed excitement about the breakthrough, but many cautioned that using nuclear fusion to power the U.S. economy is a long way off, if it ever comes to fruition. Matthew McKinsey, a nuclear physicist with the National Resources Defense Council, that sounds expensive,
said this, quote, absolutely expensive.
Yeah. We shouldn't kid ourselves. Fusion as a source of electricity is a really, really hard problem. I can imagine he probably emphasized really, really hard problem. When asked by a reporter on Tuesday about the timeline for deploying commercial-scale nuclear fusion, Livermore directors Kim Butel said it would take probably decades of additional research and development from both the public and private sectors. She then added, I don't want to give you a sense that we're going to plug in the National Ignition Facility into the grid. That's not how this works. But this is the first building block. So more to come on this, obviously, but a great step forward scientifically in the right direction, Jen. So, I mean, that's really important.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, the next breakthrough that's going to happen is lasers are wildly inefficient for this purpose. They're going to have to find something to make those better to be shooting their jewels at the hydrogen because you're not going to get a real net gain until that problem is solved, unfortunately.
Yep. Oh, man. Gosh, I don't even know what to say in regards to that anymore. But in any event, gentlemen, here we go with the third topic. Two noobs talking. Did you guys know that the MVP of the National Basketball Association has been renamed? It's going to be now called the Michael Jordan Trophy. And it's a
what was it called before?
Total redesign. I have no idea. That's a good question. John?
I thought it was just the MVP.
Yeah, I thought it was just the MVP.
I thought too, yeah.
When Allen won it, he just held up an MVP trophy. He didn't have a name. I don't think so.
Didn't have a name
what's
to
the,
it.
What's the Larry O'Brien trophy? Is that the NBA?
That's the championship trophy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only one I think I knew had a name.
Yeah. But the NBA MVP has been renamed the Michael Jordan Award. Redesign features a 23.6-inch bronze silhouette of his airness. Weighs in at 23 pounds. Nod to his number during his playing career and, of course, championships won. So it's 23.6 pounds. Yeah. 23.6 pounds. Yeah. But Michael Jordan is immortalized, obviously, in the NBA, and I think rightly so, as the NBA MVP.
I have no issue with them having this trophy.
None.
I have issues with the trophy.
Let me say
no
this.
issues with the trophy, but I have issues with the trophy.
Let me put this out there. Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player that ever lived. So screw you.
Yeah. Take that, LeBron.
Is that a balls deal with it segment?
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah. Yeah. There you go. But then Adam Silver, of course, then announced that there were 5 other awards, gentlemen, and get your thoughts. As we're going to flash them up here on screen. Going to send you basically like photos of what they look like, and they're all pretty similar in some respects. But love to get your thoughts. So we'll start off with John here. The Defensive Player of the Year is the Hakeem Olajuwon Trophy. Thoughts there, John?
I got no issues. I haven't seen the trophy. I have more an issue with the trophies that are made than I do the names that are. Hakeem was damn good. I remember him.
Oh yeah,
he was really good. And a defensive player. I mean, if you're gonna, who else you got?
I'm just glad they didn't name it after Rodman. That would have been
yeah. That would have been weird. That would have been weird.
Yeah, the trophy would have come in all of the different colors of his hair.
Hell of a defender, but that would have been weird.
Oh yeah,
so
that would have been
the same pick. It totally is Hakeem. Like, can't hate it.
Yeah, I mean, one of the 3 players in league history to win the MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year award in the same year. The other 2 being Michael Jordan and Giannis.
That makes perfect sense then.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You're not going to name it after Giannis. He's still playing.
Yeah, exactly. Wilt Chamberlain has the Wilt Chamberlain Trophy is the Rookie of the Year.
Okay,
Steve, he was the first player in NBA history to win Rookie of the Year and the MVP in the same season, pulling off the feat in 1959-60. Wes Unseld is the only other player to pull off that feat. So rookie comes in, wins Rookie of the Year and the MVP. And of course, he's like one of the all-time greatest players
it's
ever.
Good name. It's good name recognition.
Yeah, Steve, what do you think about being that Rookie of the Year being named the Wilt Chamberlain Award?
If you would have told me Wilt Chamberlain would have had his name on one of the NBA trophies, I don't think Rookie of the Year would have been the one I would have thought.
Yeah,
would have gone on. But it's fine. Wilt's one of the greatest players ever, so he should have his name on one of these things.
Yes, and they make a good case.
Yeah,
a good case for it.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, after that explanation, I can see why that would. That makes sense.
6th Man of the Year is now called the John Havlicek Trophy. John Havlicek is the greatest 6th man the sport has ever seen, according to the BleacherReport.com article we're referencing here. He revolutionized the role during his time with the Boston Celtics. No yearly award of the 6th Man of the Year was awarded until 1982-83. Havlicek is widely credited with bringing the concept of a 6th man to the forefront. Made 4 All-Star appearances as a 6th man, before finally joining the Celtics starting 5 during the franchise's historic run in the 60s and 70s. So he was their 6th man. Part. Yeah.
Yeah,
coming off the funny part is you're getting a trophy for not being good enough to be in the starting 5.
Yes.
I guess that's a participation trophy, but I'm not so sure about that either. So, Then we have the most improved player. That's pretty much like you find that in any sports league, really. You got a most improved player.
You need
the
those.
George
You need
Mikan. Yeah. This is called the George Mikan Trophy. And it took us a little bit of time, but we found out that George Mikan was basically there was a Mikan drill. So if you know basketball, of course, I don't know. But I think it's probably worth.
Oh, never mind.
But apparently he would practice this, and it was a fundamental drill that is now incorporated in almost every basketball team. They run this drill, apparently. So, which I think is the weaving, I think is what they do, maybe, and they lay up all the time. John, your thoughts on that with Mike being named?
It's perfectly fine. I mean, they found a dude.
Yep.
That, that was the most improved. They named it after it. Like, they didn't do a bad job, of redesigning these. Like I said, I don't have a problem with the trophies. I have a problem with the trophies.
There you go. And then the clutch player of the year. Now, this one had a little bit of an interesting debate among the three hosts in pre-production. Clutch player of the year is named the Jerry West Trophy. And two of the three of us were seemingly okay, fine with it. One of us, though, was not very happy with this. I'll let him explain.
It's not that I'm unhappy. He's the friggin' logo. Like, why does he need the trophy? He's the friggin' logo already.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. And admittedly, I think here Bleacher Report says this: the clutch player of the year is an interesting wrinkle to award season that is sure to spark plenty of debate. The idea of being clutch has always been subjective, as anyone who has watched daytime sports television can attest. But there's no one who would deny the greatness of Jerry West, who earned the nickname Mr. Clutch during his NBA career. I mean, he was an all-star every single year.
No issue, but he's already the first logo.
They said clutch is subjective.
Mm-hmm. Always been subjective.
Clutch is not subjective at all.
No. I mean, what does clutch mean? It means you're down one, you make the shot to win the game. And you do that regularly, or something of that ilk.
Yeah,
it generally leads to the end of the game of performers. Ray Allen, Kobe Bryant, like you could pull people quickly to hey, they would be in running. You're not going to pick some dude off the bench that can't make a shot at the end of the game. Like, he's not going to be in the running for it. Clutch players are even LeBron. He would be in that conversation. He has a tendency to shoot shots at the end of the game that go in. That would be a clutch player. So I see why they gave it to Jerry West. My only issue is he's already the friggin' logo. Why couldn't you give it to somebody else? I'm not making an argument against Jerry West.
No. Of course not. No, I'm just teasing. That's all.
I just don't understand. You're already the friggin' logo.
Yeah.
Well, let's dive into that a little bit, shall we? Because in pre-production, before you saw the stats, you were of the impression that Jerry West was a good, not great player.
Yeah, I'm just tired of hearing about Jerry West because he's the freaking logo. No, stats.
Look at him trying to deflect.
Yeah. No, but stats absolutely. Like he's one of the. I didn't realize he was that good.
Yeah.
Didn't he shoot 51%?
He shot 51% one of the years. Yeah. I think it was 68, 69, or 67, 68. One of those years. He shot 51% from the floor. That's crazy.
That's insane.
Half your shots go in. That's just that's like batting like 400. Really? Yeah, you just don't see it.
And he wasn't a center, so they weren't all like dunks, right?
So he was definitely a perimeter player.
This is not 10 to 20 feet out.
Man. Yeah, he was definitely the biggest man. And he wasn't the quickest from what?
No. But he could get open, find a shot, and make it.
He was beating people off the ball. He wasn't beating people to the basket and be like, "Oh, look, I'm just tipping it in." Like he was playing in the areas where bigger dudes could block his shot and two good defenders could defend him. So his stats are. That's why he's the friggin' logo. because he was really, really good.
Yeah, exactly. So kind of incidentally, guys, to kind of, I guess, wrap this up pretty quick, Bill Russell was the first NBA legend to have a trophy named in his honor. Mm-hmm. He is the finals MVP, and that was named after anyone who wears the NBA finals MVP gets the Bill Russell Award.
Yeah, they did that a few years ago, right?
Yeah, 2009. Yeah. And then the NBA added Kobe, of course, to the All-Star Game MVP, and that was, following his death, of course, in 2020. That was absolutely tragic that happened. And then, of course, earlier this year, the league revamped several trophies, naming the Eastern and Western Conference trophies after Bob Cousy and Oscar Robertson, respectively.
Have no issue with
that. No issues with both of those two. Yeah. No, absolutely not. Yeah. I mean, kudos to the NBA.
What about the scoring champ? What about the scoring champ?
That's a really good question. I don't know. I think it's just the NBA scoring champion. I don't think
Matt, you're looking for that. Can I bitch a little bit about the Michael Jordan trophy, because I'm pissed about this.
I was going to say, we didn't get that.
Yes,
yeah.
I'm pissed about this. Okay, so this trophy I'm looking at is basically Michael. There's 800 photos of Michael Jordan playing basketball around this trophy in this photo. Well, hopefully we can put that up on the screen. This trophy is him basically just like, look, I have a ball. Like, we know the Michael Jordan. Like, you couldn't have asked Nike or paid Nike for the actual Jordan and that be the trophy, or picked one of 7,000 iconic shots that this dude made throughout his career. Maybe him doing this. Maybe him doing this. Maybe the thing where he made that dude fall down against the Cavaliers and made the game-winning shot. No, it looks like he's laying a ball into it, and he was only 6'6", so he's not touching the rim. This looks like a Will Chamberlain should be, oh, look, I can dunk over everybody. Like, it's the worst design trophy I've ever seen.
That's a terrible way to reclassify it as a paperweight. Yeah. It's the Washington Commanders all over it.
John, what you don't know was their first thought was to have it a bust of Michael's head with him sticking his tongue out, and the winner would have to press that up against their face for the picture.
That would be so much better than this trophy. This trophy is
23.6 pounds. That's the thing that I mean,
that's stupid. Like, we need to make sure this weighs exactly the same amount as his number.
Exactly the same number of championships.
Maxie never wins this because he'll fall over when he picks it up.
Incidentally, I did look it up. The NBA Scoring Champions Trophy. That's what it's called. There's no name on it. Nothing.
Get a name on it.
I don't know what you would put it. Like the Irving Magic Johnson scoring, but he was more of an assist guy. So
I don't think he ever won the scoring title.
If they name it after LeBron, I'm leaving. So there you go.
Does Kareem have a trophy?
Right. You could give it to Kareem. Isn't he the all-time scorer? Yeah,
yes.
He might be.
Yes.
Yeah. So maybe they can name it after Kareem.
We did find out Michael Jordan won the most scoring championships in 10.
Yeah.
So but they can't name it after him because they've already named the MVP.
But that makes him an MVP.
Oh, yeah.
Well, here. So what number did he wear when he came back from the first retirement?
45.
Was it
45?
Okay, so make the scoring championship trophy a 45-pound trophy. And name it the Michael Jordan comeback trophy.
The comeback player.
That way you could have two named after him. That works.
Oh, man.
There you
go.
go.
All right. Well, here we go. Topic 4 to close out the year of Two Noobs Talking for 2022. Woohoo! Steve, why don't you go ahead and take it, man? What do you got? What?
So if you guys are,
I had to.
A few months ago we did a fantasy movie draft, and we thought it would be fun to do it for a Christmas type movie.
Nice.
So we're going to do something similar. Last time we said you had to pick somebody in their current condition, so you could not have a dead Marlon Brando in your film. But I think to be in the holiday spirit, if somebody wants Jimmy Stewart, they can freaking have Jimmy Stewart. I don't give a shit.
There you go. There you go.
And John wants Macaulay Culkin as Home Alone age, so that's fine. Yeah. We're going to pick it's going to do like a fantasy football draft. We got rounds. We're going to go in a snake order. I have the first pick. Matt has second. John has third in the first round, and then we'll reverse it. We are picking the following roster. You're going to have a director, your female lead, your male lead, your villain, your child actor, and your Christmas animal. You can pick these positions in any order you want as we go through the draft, but you cannot select something that somebody already has. So that's a caveat. Now, to get this started, we have 5 genres potentially for each of our movies.
Okay.
We have Christmas action, so think like Die Hard. Christmas animated.
Okay.
Polar Express, I guess, would be a good
closest one.
example.
Yep.
Christmas comedy, so National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Something
Yep.
along that line. Christmas horror. Pretty sure there was one of those recently. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think so. but
I
can't
think there's one called like what is it, like involving Santa? He's beating people up. I think that's what I've heard. I don't know what the name of the movie is. Comment below if you know what it is.
Santa Claus, like
it's something like that. Yeah, CLAWS.
And then Matt's favorite, a Christmas Hallmark movie. How sappy can you get?
Exactly.
All right, so I'm going to go in reverse order. So John is going to be first to have a genre here. So I will select it out of my hoodie pocket.
There you go.
Here it is. John got lucky. John gets the comedy.
Nice.
So John has the Christmas comedy. That's an easy one.
Yes.
All right.
All right, Matt.
Oh boy.
Let's see what we got here.
All right.
Oh, Matt, you look out. You get the Die Hard action adventure.
Christmas.
There you
There you
go.
go.
Right. So then, last for me.
Please be Hallmark. Please be Hallmark.
Steve literally said when we were putting this together in pre-production that's all he wanted was a horror movie.
All I want for Christmas
Perfect.
is a horror movie. Something
So
like
I'm
that.
glad you got what you wanted for Christmas.
Oh my
Excellent.
gosh. Oh man.
All right. Well, let's get started then. And because it's a Christmas horror movie, the first thing I'm selecting is my animal with the number 1 pick. It is Air Bud.
There you go.
You have to have a dog who plays basketball.
Genius.
Oh,
the
my
plot.
gosh.
The plot. The plot of my movie is there's going to be a killer who
Apparently kills dogs to play basketball.
No. Air Bud. I've decided Air Bud is actually going to save the day with his basketball playing skills.
Nice.
But the movie will be about a killer who kills people by sharpening candy canes and stabbing them with them. I owe all my inspiration to you, John, and your pumpkin suffocation from your horror movie.
I hope to God they don't give a
candy
shitty
cane,
trophy
baby.
to Air Bud that doesn't look like Air Bud.
Oh,
All right,
my
Matt,
gosh.
you have the second pick here in the draft.
Oh.
Where are you going to go?
All right. Well, action. Why not? Arnold. We got to have Arnold in an action movie. Come
Yeah.
on. In a Christmas movie, you got to have him in there. So, yeah. He's
Hell
my
yeah.
lead actor.
Lead actor. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Absolutely.
So we're going
Yeah.
Arnold. I mean, it's too bad for John because we do have Jingle All the Way as a classic
Yeah.
Christmas comedy
Yeah.
that Arnold was in and was very good.
Yeah.
Sinbad
there's
was also very hysterical in that movie. That was awesome.
There's no way I'm going to be able to beat that. So we're going B-rated.
Who
for
told
me.
you could eat my cookies?
So Matt, tell us your plot. What is your plot for this? This
I haven't
action
even
adventure?
thought that far ahead, Johnny. I'm thinking like Arnold's got to save the day somehow, somewhere. There's got to be like probably a mix of an action comedy. I don't know. TBD on that. I'll fill you in as the roster.
Got to
Okay.
have one
As
by
the
the end of
roster
this
goes.
because then we have to
Yeah.
get the title.
Yes.
All right, John, you've got the third pick.
All right, I'm going child Macaulay Culkin because I need.
Oh.
It's a comedy. I need somebody. So Macaulay's in. I debated whether taking him when he did the remake when he was 40, and he did the remake on Instagram, which was probably funnier than the Home Alone movies, but you can't. It's too iconic. I got to take young Macaulay throwing bricks at people. It's so cheap.
There you go. What do you got on your rebound there, John? What do you have
on the rebound?
For funny, because actually one of my favorite movies, and you can make fun of me all the time, one of my favorite movies is Tim Allen in Santa Claus, the original, because I thought he played a great character in that, and it was good. Get the kids around.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
yep. I remember that movie. That was a good
give them popcorn and candy. You can hang out on. It was a good Christmas movie to play. So I got to go Tim Allen as my lead actor.
There you go.
My plot is Tim Allen, like kind of Home Improvement, and Macaulay Culkin being the kid that just is not about Christmas. So it's a comedic fight just to get them in front of the Christmas tree. The proper way is you would singing. He wants to do everything badass, so the water gets left on a lot, and
How many bricks do you need for your production?
500.
I think we could fit that in the budget.
There you go. There you go.
All right, Matt, back to you. Second round.
So I got to go somebody like that can meet Arnold physically here. So I'm going a little bit outside the box thinking. Dave Bautista.
There you go.
As your villain?
As my villain, yes.
Whoa.
I like a good Dave Bautista in a movie.
Yeah. So they're like, I think they're going to be two fathers that are basically vying for this. What it's going to be Festivus. It's going to be called Festivus the movie.
Nice.
Only it's going to be a rock'em sock'em beat 'em up, that kind of a deal. And it's two fathers going after like some sort of thing, and the child's going to be involved with this one gift that they're going after. So kind of comedic in that way. Yeah. So that's going to be your action. So there you go.
Is he going to put someone's eyes out with his thumbs like he did?
Let's hope so.
There's going to be a Batista bomb for sure. There has to be a Batista bomb in the movie. I think that's an absolute given for sure. But yeah, that's too funny.
All right. Close out the second round. I'm going to pick my director, and because it's horror, there is no better choice than John Carpenter.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Halloween, The Thing. Gotta go with John Carpenter. He's the king of horror.
Yeah,
for sure.
All right.
Now though, I'm gonna have to save Child. I have to think about that a little bit.
There you go.
And I cannot have Jennifer Lawrence as my female lead because
she's I'm
gonna have to come back on that one too.
There you go.
Oh man. Let's see. A villain. Let's go with villain. Let's work on that. I need somebody who's going to have, they got to be strong because they got to get the candy cane, which is a notoriously fragile thing, into the torso.
Absolutely.
So they've got to have strength, right?
I'm hoping so.
I got to take two guys off your board, so I'm sorry about that.
Yeah,
Steve.
I know. Arnold and Batista. That's tough. Yikes. I was going to go just for fun. I was going to go Stallone, but I don't think he's ever played a bad guy.
I don't think so either.
He might have.
Oh no! You know what? Just because it was on TV the other day.
Yeah.
Demolition Man was on. I'm going to go Wesley Snipes as my villain.
There you go.
He was damn good as the villain in Demolition Man.
What a great villain he played in Demolition Man.
Yeah,
he
no
was
doubt.
Good. He was good. I'm gonna because he can play it right.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go. Yeah. I've got Wesley Snipes as my villain. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Matt. Third round pick. You have director, female, child, and animal left.
So I'm going to get the animal out of the way. It's Lassie It's kind of an oddball pick, I know, but it's like, well, I
There
got to
you
fill
go.
a dog somewhere, and there's got to be something like that dog will be in the fray of the entire big fight at the at the climax of the movie. So maybe there's like the dog's coming after him or something like that.
And well, if you're going to do that, you need the obligatory. Oh, what's that girl?
Where?
Yeah, could you make Dave Bautista do that every time he throws a punch?
Yeah.
What's that girl? You want me to hit him harder?
That would be perfect.
Exactly. There you go.
All right,
All right.
John, to you. Last pick of the third round.
All right, I'm gonna go villain.
Ooh, all right.
Because of in a comedy, but because of his work in many movies, I'm going Gary Oldman because you wouldn't even know it was Gary Oldman when he's playing the villain anyway. So he could play any character, and you wouldn't know he's the villain until you see the credits. You're like, oh shit, Gary Oldman was in that movie too. Damn.
Nice. Nice.
You know, he wasn't. His name wasn't even in. I don't think it was even in the credits for Hannibal when he played that the dude in the wheelchair with like the messed up face. Yeah.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's funny.
There you go.
Probably by design.
All right, on the rebound.
That dude is a top level actor. It was probably by design. He didn't want to be put in that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. On the rebound, you have director, female lead, and animal left open here.
Director. I'm gonna go Coen Brothers if I can. If they're two in the same. If they count as one.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
I have no problem with that.
Because it's a comedy. You either want. There's two movies you want when you want a comedy. You either want a Coen Brothers movie or you want a really sleazy Kevin Smith movie. I'd rather go Coen Brothers. So,
there you go.
Fair enough. All right, Matt, back to you. Fourth round.
Action movie. I got to go John Woo.
Oh,
nice.
Mission Impossible fame. Got to go John Woo on that.
Nice.
So there you go.
You're gonna blow a lot of budget on pigeons.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. This is going to be the biggest massive brawl you've ever seen in a huge mall and explosions galore. I got the gift. I got the gift for you, buddy. You know, like a deal.
You must have 1,000 pigeons in that.
Exactly. Oh man.
All right. Female lead for mine. I'm gonna go Kate Blanchett.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
For mine. I think she would have the gravitas to pull off a horror film at Christmas time.
Okay.
Very, very talented actress. I think she could bring, the level of seriousness that I could raise my Rotten Tomatoes score up from 2% for what a Christmas horror movie would typically bring in. I just feel like I need that. And then start of the fifth round, male lead. You know what? I'm going to.
Oh no. Now what?
I'm going to bring it back down, and I'm going to cast The Rock as my male lead.
There you go.
Whether he survives or not, that remains to be seen.
Yeah.
We'll see.
There you go.
All right, Matt, fifth round, you've got female lead and child to film.
Yeah, I would. Oh, well, just because I'm making fun of Hallmark movies, and that she's been involved in almost every single one since the inception of them. Candace Cameron Bure, baby, you are going into this
there you
movie.
go.
So, yeah.
Never
She
thought
would
I would
play
see her
Ariel's
in an
wife.
action adventure.
Feels like stop. What are you doing? That kind of a deal. That's where I'm picturing this, for her to be in. So kind of weird.
She married the lesser Bure. So.
But still, for a hockey player, he was good. He was just the lesser of his
Well, yeah. Is Pavel his brother?
Yeah.
Were they brothers or were they
older?
cousins?
It's his older brother. Pavel's the older.
Pavel was
brother.
Val's the older brother. Okay.
Yeah. Valerie Bure. of the only team I ever knew he played on was the Flames because I lost him after that.
Yeah.
The only team I remember him on is the Panthers, actually.
Oh, wow.
Which is funny because Val Bure played for the Panthers too. So
yeah.
So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he didn't play for the Panthers.
There you go.
I don't know.
I'm sure.
Right,
They did play for a couple teams, but hell if I know.
Probably. but Matt's using his wife to get between Arnold and Batista. That's you better be careful there. That could not.
I'm trying to get the Bures on set for some autographs too.
She's cooking. That's all she's doing.
Right.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go. All right,
John. You have a female lead and an animal left on your roster to fill here. So what are you doing here in the fifth round?
So I'll go female first. I'm going to go Reese Witherspoon because of her work in comedy. She's awesome.
Wasn't she in a Christmas comedy movie?
I wouldn't be surprised if
probably
she was.
That was the one with I thought she was in one with Vince Vaughn.
Oh,
Four Christmases rings a bell.
I don't think you're wrong.
That might be right. Yeah, I'm just trying to look.
I never watched the movie, but I think she was in that. So she's at least got the experience to be in a Christmas
that's what
comedy
I
for
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yep.
All right, so back around last round, you need an animal.
Yes, I'm going Sid from Ice Ages.
Sid the Sloth. Okay.
Rounds out my comedy crew. I think I've got comedy held down.
One of my favorite lines of his from any of the Ice Age movies is the one where they're on. It's like a pirate movie, and they're all sailing on icebergs.
Mm.
And Dennis Leary's Sabretooth character is in love with another Sabretooth. And so Ray Romano's Manny, the Mammoth, is like, oh yeah, he's caught the fever. I think he's sick. And Sid goes, yeah, he got leprosy. No, he says he's got the L word. Yeah, leprosy. No. 4 letters. Lice. Like he couldn't figure it out. All right. Man. Final round, Matt, coming around. You have the same deficiency in your roster as I do, which is a lack of a child. So you got to fill that one in, bud.
Yeah. So I'm going a little bit of the way back time machine here, going back into the 80s. And this child actor did star alongside Cameron. TV sitcom Full House. Jodie Sweetin is going to be my child actor. And so there's a little bit of a Full House flavor to this action movie. It's kind of weird. It's like an action comedy action movie with Dave Bautista and Arnold Schwarzenegger involved.
There you go. All right. So now it's down to me. And I'm having a really hard time remembering child actors right now.
Hey, by the way, while you're mulling that over, Steve, you were exactly right. 4 Christmases, Reese Witherspoon, spot on. So there you go. Nicely done.
I shouldn't remember that, but yeah.
Renaissance man, you've seen it all.
There you go.
Right. But the funny part is, I didn't actually watch that movie. I just know it exists.
You're better than me. I didn't even know it existed.
Well, yeah, I can remember it exists, but now I'm blanking on a friggin' child to round out this draft. So, all right, here's what I'm gonna do. I don't actually know his name, but it was the kid who was in Tropic Thunder as the boss of the drug ring. the Vietnamese drug ring that the actors have to break into. So I don't know his name, but he was funny. And he was also scary. So he would play good in my Christmas horror movie.
So it's not Ben Stiller, Jack Black, Robert Downey Jr., Steve Coogan, Jay Baruchel, Danny McBride.
No.
Brandon T. Jackson, Bill Hader, or Nick Nolte. Those were the actors.
Tropic
I don't know
Thunder?
which one was the Tropic
It was
Thunder, yeah.
I think his name.
Brandon Soho?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Brandon
Okay,
Soho.
that's who he is.
Okay.
Yeah, Matt, double check that. Is that the right one? I think that's his.
He's the
I'll
child
go
actor
along
in
with it.
Tropic Thunder. Yep.
Okay.
Just check his age.
Yeah.
Born 95.
Oh,
Yep,
perfect.
That's it, because that would have been 2009
Yeah.
ish.
Yeah.
Tropic Thunder, 2008 maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was 2008 because it was the same year as Iron Man. So it was 08. So yeah, perfect.
Yeah, so he would have been a
13.
teenager. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah. So he's mine. He's my child actor. He fills up.
There you go. Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
All right. Now to close it,
Hmm.
the other two have to give a title to the person's
Yes.
movie.
Yes.
There you go.
So, all right, we'll start with my movie. You guys come up with a title here.
All right, give us the
Candy
actors
Cane
and
Killer.
the plot again. The Candy Cane
All right,
Killer.
my
Yeah.
roster was I got John Carpenter directing, starring The Rock and Kate Blanchett. You've got Wesley Snipes as the villain. You've got Brandon Soho. You said
Yes.
Yep.
okay. Brandon Soho and
H-O-O.
Air Bud.
Yep.
Yep.
And
Suhu,
Air Bud.
I think that would be Suhu. Actually,
Suhu. Yeah.
Okay. Suhu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And Air Bud.
Air Bud. Yeah.
And
Interesting.
the plot was the candy cane killer
So Wesley Snipes was stabbing people with
with
Candy
cane.
with sharpened
Okay.
candy canes.
yes, and Air Bud saves him.
Probably hits him in the face with a basketball. So there you go.
I would hope so,
Could be. Yeah.
especially if it's a Wesley Snipes from Demolition Man. He needs to get out of the face with a baseball. He's just rude.
I
Gets
see.
him to
That's the
get
thing. Like
trades.
John Carpenter movies aren't obvious either. Like the title, I don't think they're that obvious. John,
I would
right?
call it
I mean,
Candy Cane because that seems what John Carpenter does. He's like, I got a movie.
Yeah.
Let's just call it what it is, and everybody will buy
Yeah.
it anyway.
and you
I
could have
think
movie
he's a
posters
genius.
with the cane looking at with it like a sharp like that at the point, that kind of a deal.
John
So
Carpenter's he's a genius in that way of his writing. Is he doesn't try to fool you with anything. He's like, this is what it is.
No.
This is what it is.
yeah,
You'll buy
exactly.
it. It's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They live. Right. Yeah.
He's
It
Halloween.
writes itself. It writes
Can-
itself. Why not?
Candy Cane. We're done.
There you go. All
I'm
right,
good
then.
with that. I'm good with that.
All right. Matt's movie. His roster. We have John Woo directing, starring Arnold and Candace Cameron Bure, featuring Dave Bautista, Jodie Sweetin, and Lassie. And Matt, just remind us what the plot is again.
The plot is Arnold and Batista are going after the one Christmas gift for Jodie Sweetin in a mall somewhere.
So this sounds exactly like the plot of Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm trying to make it with a little bit more flair.
I'm going Batista all the way and just end it at that.
But I was thinking Jingle All the Way 2, Jingle All the Way Harder.
There you go. I'm on
Or
board.
Jingle Harder.
Jingle harder.
I'm totally on board with that.
All right, Jingle All the Way 2, Jingle Harder. That way you're playing off a Die Hard, it's good.
Do that with title with Arnold's voice, Steve, for our audience, real quick. Jingle all the way, jingle harder.
This movie's going to be fantastic. It's going to be great. It's me battling Dave Bautista. It's called Jingle All the Way 2, Jingle Harder. Get to the mall now. Yeah, kill me. All right.
Good job.
John's
Oh.
comedy, directed by the Coen brothers.
There you
Yes.
Well, I'm blanking on what were their movies.
go.
The Coen brothers. What were they famous for?
Oh, jeez.
Because there's another Coen director who is not
Yeah, but no, the
them,
Coen
and he directs stuff.
the Coen brothers are just.
Are they the ones who did like Big Lebowski and?
I think so. Yeah, definitely Big Lebowski, but they're Raising Arizona. The Big
Oh,
Lebowski.
yeah, okay, that. Yeah.
Fargo
Oh Brother were out there.
out there. They got
Okay,
No
that-
Country
yeah.
for Men. Yeah, they're pretty good.
yeah. Okay. All right.
Correct, just
Good. All right,
that comedic. My favorite kind of comedy is just slapstick all the way.
Yeah.
Love the Big Lebowski.
Yes.
All right. So Coen Brothers comedy. So you know it's going to be good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally
Starring Tim Allen
slapstick.
and Reese.
Witherspoon.
Tim Allen and Reese Witherspoon, featuring Gary Oldman in probably unrecognizable makeup, with Macaulay Culkin and an appearance by Sid the Sloth. So you're gonna have John Leguizamo in there.
Yes, totally. Who was great in Spawn in the villain, so there could be multiple villains.
He was the villain in Spawn.
Yeah, he was the fat clown in Spawn.
Oh my gosh.
That's where I actually found John Leguizamo, and then went backwards and was like, dude, this dude is talented. Like,
Huh.
Amazing.
All right, Matt. We gotta.
So,
your plot.
okay,
Just
so my
rewrite the plot here for us here.
So my plot is that Gary Oldman's trying to ruin Christmas, and
Okay.
they're
Because of course he would.
yes, and Tim Allen and Reese Witherspoon are newly married, and this is the first time Macaulay Culkin has a family for Christmas, and Gary Oldman tried to ruin it, and Sid the Sloth is helping Macaulay Culkin, so it's kind of like Home Alone, where they're stopping him at every angle with bazookas and stuff, but just so that Tim Allen and Reese Witherspoon can have that first Christmas as a family that they've been trying
together.
to get to for years and years and years. It's kind of Hallmark, but there's slapstick comedy all the time. Like,
Okay.
at one moment, Macaulay Culkin throws Sid the Sloth out the window and just hits Gary Oldman in the face with him, and then he runs back into the house. And then you could use that weapon over and over again if you can run back. So it's like
true.
Home Alone, but it's
See, I'm
Yeah,
trying to play off
it's
Home
also-
Alone. I'm thinking
Yeah.
Toy Story.
That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Like, the live adventures of Toy Story or something along those lines, Steve, where it's like, Toy Story. I get the Toy Story vibe. I think they're, it's almost like, because you don't want to say Home Alone 3, it's like, because Culkin's not home alone.
No, but he's not home alone, but home together.
Yeah.
there you go. You're on to something. Keep going.
Home together. At last.
Home together. Colon. Ew, Sid the Sloth touched me.
I'll take it.
No, Matt, I like that. Home together at last. You said home together at last. Home
Yeah.
together at last. Ew, Sid the Sloth touched me.
Don't touch me. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Straight to DVD.
Straight to DVD.
No, it's
baby.
Coen Brothers. It's going to be legit.
It'll be good. Yeah, it'll be really, really good. They'll work it. Yeah.
1 week. 1 week. 1 week straight
All these
DVD.
ideas are gold, Jerry.
Coen Brothers at least know someone to get in the movie theater for a week.
That's
Yeah.
oh my gosh, too funny.
Awesome.
All right. Well, that concludes what a great roster as always, guys, and can't leave this episode 116 without wishing, of
Don't
course,
forget about
both
my
of you
picture. There you go.
very Merry Christmas. A good
I still
picture
can't make that out.
out. Anyway, we'll throw it up there on screen.
It's
maybe.
it's a bird-like antler
thing.
raving animal that's killing people. I just drew it.
We want to wish
close.
we want to wish all of our listeners out there and our viewing audience a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And thank you for sticking with us for the entire year. We love having you and a whole bit. But yeah, Steve, go ahead. What were we going to say? Real quick.
Are we gonna, to close it out? Are we gonna hum "Hark the Herald Angels Sing" like in
Probably
Peanuts?
Probably
Charlie
not.
Brown.
Probably not.
Good. 'Cause
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun,
We're getting out of
something
here.
like
That's what we're doing.
We are getting the heck out of here. Until
Love
the new
everybody.
year, gentlemen, we're going to sign off for now. See you in a couple weeks. Take care. Hey everyone, we hope you enjoyed today's episode of Two Noobs Talking. Not only is Two Noobs here on YouTube, but you can also find us on your favorite podcast listening platforms such as iHeartRadio, Apple, Google, and Samsung Podcast, among others. Until then, see you next week with another episode of Two Noobs Talking. Take care.